Now to Molly Hooper on Capitol Hill. She's a CBSN political contributor and congressional reporter for The Hill. So Molly, what are lawmakers looking for tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what they're not looking for, and this is on both sides of the aisle, Republican and Democrat. They don't want to hear the president broach this idea of declaring a national emergency to build his border wall. We talked to several Republicans today who said really that's something that he should not discuss until February 15th, the deadline by which the government funding runs out. And we have the committee working right now, this bipartisan, bicameral committee of 17 senators and lawmakers. They're meeting, they have a meeting tomorrow, and several of them have said that they think that they can get a deal done. It's unclear if they'll be able to actually get it finished by the end of the week. They need to do that because in order to get the votes taken on the House and Senate floor, that takes some time. But again, they think some deal, some negotiated deal could take place that would, preempt and mean that the president doesn't actually need to declare a national emergency. So that's one thing they do not want to hear.
Well, CBSN caught up with Congresswoman Katie Porter, who's wearing white to the State of the Union, and she explained why.
I'm dressed today in white. I'm not getting married. Many of my women House colleagues are wearing white. It's the color that the suffragists wore back when they fought for the women's right to vote, and so we're wearing white to recognize the ongoing effort to give economic, social, and political equality to women.
So, Molly, tell us more about that. Do you know how many Democratic women will be wearing white tonight?
A lot of Democratic women will be wearing white. I've run into them in the halls of the Capitol, and it's basically going to be a sea of white. And it's not just the Democratic women. Democratic lawmakers, the men, are wearing white ribbons as well in solidarity with their female counterparts. It's a way to sort of express a sentiment, a protest, if you will. Several Democratic lawmakers have decided to boycott the speech. In these situations, we're going to have the nation's attention on President Trump's speech. And of course, with the televised nature of this, there's going to be a camera ready to cut to whichever party they want a reaction from, namely the 2020 contenders, as well as key House freshmen. So again, we could see some outbursts and whatnot, but this is one way, the wearing of the white, one way for Democrats to express their solidarity, to represent emancipation, but also one way that perhaps leaders can keep their caucus relatively tame. In previous years, we've seen members boo what the president has said. We've seen, outbursts. But don't believe it was at a State of the Union, but at a joint meeting of Congress where President Obama was speaking to Congress. Republican Joe Wilson yelled out, "You lie." And so that's something that Democrats and Republicans don't want to see at this State of the Union. And again, wearing white and taking those types of steps are more productive than, say, booing and shouting out protestations.
All right, Molly Hooper for us. Molly, thank you.